Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So thank you for joining in on day 16 of the Purushottam Month. So we've been, by the grace of Guru and Gauranga, we've been doing everyday recitation of these wonderful chapters from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, Bhagavatam 10.14, singing of Chaurashtakam, Yugalashtakam, and then, of course, we are doing perfection of yoga. Today we'll be studying chapter 6 of the book. And, of course, we'll be starting with Harinam Japa, one round, and then we'll be concluding with Harinam Sankirtan. So why are we doing all this? Because this is Amala Mas. That means a month which was completely impure, completely inauspicious, got transformed into the most auspicious month, where the Lord himself gave his own name, that this month will be called Purushottam Month. So we are in that kind of an auspicious month, where the most inauspicious became the most auspicious. Right now, we are all in the most inauspicious state of material world. By following this month very nicely, for the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga, as prescribed in the Vedic scriptures, if we follow all this every day, then our state also will become completely auspicious. So that is our prayer. So may our only desire be to serve, satisfy, and please Guru and Gauranga. With that consciousness, let's quickly jump forward to our first section, wherein we are going to chant one round with ISKCON Samstapaka Acharya, His Divine Grace, Avai Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauramani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शतश ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। गंगा मैया की जय, यमुना मैया की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय, समेत भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंडगिरी गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, माया प्रणवदीप धाम की जय, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, नंद कोटि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, Samaved Bhaktivinoda ki jai. All glories assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Jnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तडालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य ईश्वरं हरिः ओम तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining in. Let's start with Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhvamulam Adha Shakam Ashwatam Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedaved अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतस्तस्य शाखा गुणा प्रवृद्धा विषय प्रमालाः अधश्च मूलान्यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह ततोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यं यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी निर्माण मोहाजित संगदोषा अध्यात्म नित्या विनिवृत्त कामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ता सुख दुःख संज्ञैर् गच्छन्ति मूढा पदमाव्ययं तत् न तद्भाष्यते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूता सनातनः मनः शस्त्राणीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यद्वाप्नोति यच्चापि उत्क्रमतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं सितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽपि कृतात्मानो नैनं पश्यन्ति चेतसः यद् आदित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासि यदेखिलं यच्चन्द्रामसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धिमामकं गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयामः मोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधी सर्वा सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधं सर्वशचाहं सन्निविष्टो मतः स्मृतिज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम् द्वाविमो पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्च अक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थो अक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेति उदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयम् आविश्य विवर्तव्य ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरम् अतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रतीतः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवं सम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदम् उक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यां नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंद गोप कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजमालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजाग्र्ये। पाहि पाहि महायोगीन् देवदेव जगत्पते नान्यं त्वादभयं पश्ये यत्र मृत्यु परस्परम्। कृष्ण कृष्ण महाबाहो भक्तानाम् अभयंकर त्वमेको धैर्यमानानाम् अपवर्गोऽसि संश्रुते। Hare Krishna. So we are starting with Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter number 14, prayers of Lord Brahma to Lord Shri Krishna. Shri Brahmovacha namedyate pravapushe tadidambaraya gunjavatam saparipichala sanmukhaya वन्यस्रजे कवलवेत्र विशालवेणु लक्ष्माश्रिये मृदुपदे पशुपाङ्गजाय अस्यापि देववपुषो मदनुग्रहस्य स्वेच्छामयस्य न तु भूतमयस्य कोऽपि नेशे महत्वसितुं मनसान्तरेण साक्षात् तवैव किम् उतात्मसुखानुभूतेः यानि प्रयासम् उदपास्यनमन्त एव जीवन्ति सन्मुखरितां भवदीयवार्तां स्थाने स्थिता श्रुतिगतां तनुवान् मनोभिर् ये प्रयासो अजितजितोऽपि अस्थितैस्त्रिलोक्यां श्रेयः श्रुतिं भक्तिमुदस्यते विभो क्लिश्यन्ति ये केवलबोधलब्धये तेषाम् असौ क्लेशल एव शिष्यते नान्यद्यथा स्थूलतुषावगाथिनाम् पुरेह भूमन् बहवोऽपि योगिनस्त्वदर्पितेहा निजकर्मलब्धया विबुद्ध्य भक्त्यैव कतोपनीतया प्रपेदिरेञ्जोषु तते गतिं परां तथापि भूमन् महिमा गुणस्य ते विबोधुमर्हत्यमलान्तरात्मभिः अविक्रियात् स्वानुभवादरूपतो ह्यनन्यबोध्यात्मतया न चान्यथा गुणात्मनस्तेऽपि गुणान् विवातुं हितावतीर्णस्य का ईक्षरेस्य कालेन यद्वा विमितासु कल्पैर्भूपं शवके मेकाद्युभासः तत्तेऽनुकम्पां सुसमीक्षमाणो गुञ्जानैवात्मकृतं विपाकं हृद्वा गोपूर्भिर्विदधा नमस्ते जीवेत यो मुक्तिपदे सदा यवाग् पश्येष मे नार्यमनन्त आद्ये परात्मनि त्वय्यपि मायिनी मायां वितत्येक्षितुमात्मवैभवं ह्यहं ज्ञानैच्छमिवार्चिरज्ञौ अतः क्षमस्वाच्युतमे रजो भो ह्यजानतस्त्वत्प्रदगैषमानिनः अजावलेपान्दतमोन्दचक्षुषा एषो अनुकम्प्यो मयि नातवानिति वाहं तमो महदहं चराग्निवार्भो संवेशिताण्डघटसप्तवितस्तिकाय क्वेदृग्विदा विगणिताण्डपरानुचर्या वाताद्वरोम विवरस्य च ते महीत्वम् उत्क्षेपणं गर्भगतस्य पादयो किं कल्पते मातुर्दोक्षजागसे किमस्ति नास्ति व्यपदेशभूषितं तवास्ति कुक्षे कियदप्यनन्तः जगत्त्रयान्तो दधि सम्प्लवोदे नारायणस्योदरणाभिनालात् विनिर्गतोजस्वितीवान्नवैमृषा इन्द्वीश्वरत्वन्न विनिर्गतोऽस्मि नारायणस्त्वं हि सर्वदेहिनाम् आत्मस्यदीशा किल लोकसाक्षी नारायणोऽङ्गं नरभूजलायनात् तच्चापि सत्यं न तवैव माया तच्चेजलस्तं तव सज्जगद्वपुः किं मे न दृष्टं भगवंस्तदैव किं वा सुदृष्टं हृदि मे तदैव किं नो सपद्येव पुनर्व्यदर्शि अत्रैव माया दमनावतारे यस्य प्रपञ्चस्य बहिः सुतस्य कृत्स्नस्य चान्तर्जतरे जनन्या माया त्वमेव प्रकटीकृतं ते यस्य कुक्षाविदं सर्वं सात्मं भाति यथा तथा तत्त्वय्यपि तत्सर्वं किम् इदं मायया विना अद्यैव त्वद्रतेस्य किं मम न ते माया त्वमादर्शितम् एकोऽसि प्रथमं ततो व्रज सुहृद्वत्सा समस्ता अपि तावन्तोऽसि चतुर्भुजा सदखिलैः साकं मयोपासितास् तावन्तेव जगत्यभूतरमिदं ब्रह्माद्वयं शिष्यते अजानतां त्वत्पदवीमनात्मनि आत्मात्मना वासि वितत्य मायां सृष्टा विवाहं जगतो विधान इव त्वमेषोऽन्त इव त्रिनेत्रः सुरेशृषीरीश तथैव नृष्वपि तिर्यक्षुयादस्वपि ते जनस्य जन्मा सतां दुर्मदने ग्रहाय प्रभो विधाता सदनुग्रहाय च को वेति भूमन् भगवन् परात्मन् योगेश्वरोतिर्भवतस्त्रिलोक्यां क्व वा कथं वा कति वा कथेति विस्तारयन् क्रीडसि योगमायां तस्मादिदं जगदशेषमसत्स्वरूपम् स्वप्नावमस्तदिशनं कुरु दुःखं त्वय्येव नित्यसुखबोधतनावनन्ते माया तौद्यदपि यत्सविवावपाथि एकस्त्वमात्मा पुरुषः पुराणः सत्य स्वयं ज्योतिरनन्त आद्यः नित्यो अक्षरो जश्रुसुखो निरञ्जनः पूर्णाद्वयो मुक्त उपादितो मृतः एवं विधं त्वां सकलात्मनामपि स्वात्मानम् आत्मात्मतया विचक्षते गुरुवर्कलब्धोपनिषत्सु चक्षुषा एते तरन्तीव भवानृतां बुधिम् आत्मानमेवात्मतया विजानतां तेनैव जातं निखिलं प्रपञ्चितं ज्ञानेन भूयोऽपि च तत्प्रलीयते रज्वामहेर्भोगभवाभवो यथा अज्ञानसंज्ञो भवबन्धमोक्षौ द्वौ नाम नान्यौ सर्तज्ञभावात् अजस्रचित्यात्मनि केवले परे विचार्यमाणे तरणाविवाह्नि त्वामात्मनं परं मत्वा परमात्मानमेव च आत्मा पुनर्बहिर्मृत्य अहो ज्ञाजनताज्ञता अन्तर्भवे अनन्तभवन्तमेव यदत्यजन्तो मृगयन्ति सन्तः असन्तम् अपि अन्ति अहिमन्तेरेण सन्तं गुणं तं किमुयन्ति सन्तः अतापि ते देव पदाम्बुजद्वय प्रसादलेशानुगृहीत एव हि जानाति तत्त्वं भगवन् महिम्नो न चान्य एकोऽपि चिरं विचिन्वन् तदस्तु मे नाथ स भूरिवाघो भवेत् रवान्यत्र तु वा तिरश्चाम् येनाहमेकोऽपि भवज्जनानां भूत्वा निषेवे तव पादपल्लवम् अहोति धन्या व्रजगोरमण्यः स्तन्यामृतं भीतमतीव ते मुदा यासां विभो वत्सतरात्मजात्मना यत्तृप्तयेद्यापि न जालमध्वरः अहोभाग्यं नन्दगोपव्रजौकशां यन्मित्रं परमानन्दं पूर्णं ब्रह्म सनातनम् एषं तु भाग्यमहिमा अच्युत तावदस्ताम् एकादशे हि वयं मत भूरिभागाः एतदृशीकचषके असकृत् पिबामः शर्वादयोऽङ्घ्रिउदजामदमृता सवन्ते तद्भूरिभाग्यमिह जन्म किमप्यताभ्यां यद्गोकुलेऽपि कथमाङ्घ्रियुजोऽभिषेकम् यज्जीवितं तु निखिलं भगवान् मुकुन्दस्त्वद्यापि यत्पदरजः श्रुतिमृग्यमेव येषां घोषनिवासितिमुत भवान् किं देवारतेति न चेतो विश्वफलात् फलां त्वदपरं कुत्रापि अयन्मूयति सद्वेषादिव पूतनापि सकुला त्वामेव देवा पिता यद्धामार्तसुहृत्प्रियात्मतनया प्रणायशस्त्वत्कृते तावद्रागदयास्तेन तावत्कारगृहं गृहं तावान्मोहाङ्घ्रिनिगडो यावत् कृष्णनते जनाः प्रपञ्चं निष्प्रपञ्चोऽपि विदं वयसि भूतले प्रपन्न जनतानन्द सन्दोहं प्रतितुं प्रभो जानन्त एव जानन्तु किं बहुक्त्या न मे प्रभो मनसो वपुषो वाचो वैभवं तव गोचरः अनुजानीहि मां कृष्ण सर्वं त्वं वेचि सर्वदृक् त्वमेव जगतां नाथो जगत् एतत्तवार्पितम् श्रीकृष्ण वृष्णिकुल पुष्कर जोषदायिन् क्ष्मानिर्जरद्वीज पशुरादिविरुधिकारिन् उधर्म सर्वार हरिक्षिति राक्षस ध्रुव आकल्पमार्कमर्हन् भगवन् नमस्ते। श्रीशुक उवाच इति अविष्टूय भूमानां त्रिपरिक्रम्य पादयोः नत्वाभीष्टं जगदाथा स्वधामा प्रत्यपद्यताम् ततोऽनुज्ञाप्य भगवान् स्वभुवं प्रस्थितान् वत्सान् कुलीनमानिन्य यथा पूर्वसकं स्वखम् एकस्मिन् अपि यातेब्दे प्राणेशं चान्तरात्मनः कृष्णमाया हता राजन् क्षणार्धं मे निरेर्भकाः किं किं न विस्मरन्ति यः माया मोहितचेतसः यन्मोहितं जगत्सर्वम् अभीक्ष्णं विस्मृतात्मकम् उचुष्य सुहृद कृष्णं स्वागतं तेतिरंहसा नैकोऽपि भोजि कवलाहिता साधु भुज्यताम् ततो हसन् ऋषिकेशो अभ्यवाहृत्य सहार्भकैः दर्शयंश्चर्मजगरं न्यावर्तत वनाध्वजम् बर्हाप्रशूनवनदातु विचित्रताङ्गः प्रोधाम वेणुदलशृङ्गरवोत्सवाद्यः वत्सान् गृणन् अनुगगीत पवित्रकीर्तिर् गोपीर्विगुत्सवदृशी प्रविवेशगोष्ठम् अद्यानेन महाव्यालो यशोदानन्दशूनुना हतो विता वयं चष्मात् इति भालाव्रजे जगुः श्रीराजोवाच ब्रह्मन् परोद्भवे कृष्णे इयान् प्रेम कथं भवेत् यो भूतपूर्वस्थोकेषु स्वोद्भावेषु कथ्यताम् श्रीशुक उवाच सर्वेषाम् अपि भूतानां नृपस्वात्मैव वल्लभः इतरे पत्यवित्ताद्या तद्वल्लभ तयैव हि तद्राजेन्द्र यथा स्नेहा स्वस्वकात्मनि देहिनां न तथा ममतालाम्बी पुत्र वित्त ग्रहादिषु देहात्मवादिनां पुंसामपि राजन्य सत्तमा यथा देहा प्रेतमस्तथा न हि अनुयेचतम् देहोऽपि ममता भाक्षेत् तर्ह्यसौ नात्मवत्प्रियः यज्जीर्यति अपि देहेऽस्मिन् जीविताशा बलीयसी तस्मात् प्रियतमः स्वात्मा सर्वेषाम् अपि देहिनां तदर्थम् एव सकलं जगत् एतच्चराचरं कृष्णम् एनम् अवेहि त्वम् आत्मानाम् अखिलात्मनां जगद्गीताय सोऽप्यत्र देहि वा भाति मायया वस्तुतो जानतामत्र कृष्णं स्थाष्णु च रिष्णु च भगवद्रूपमखिलं नान्यद्वस्ति किञ्चन सर्वेषाम् अपि वस्तूनां भावार्थो भवति स्थितः तस्यापि भगवान् कृष्णः किम् अतद्वस्तुरूप्यताम् समाश्रिताय पदपल्लवप्लवम् महत्पदं पुण्ययशो मुरारेः भवाम्बुधिर्वत्सपदं परं पदं 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 यद्विपदां न तेषाम् एतत्ते सर्वमाख्यातं यत्पृष्टोऽहम् इह त्वया तत्कौमारे हरिकृतं पौगण्डे परिकीर्तितम् एतच्छ्रुतिभिश्चरितं मुरारे अगाढधनं शाद्वलजेमनं च व्यक्तेतरद्रूपमजोर्वविष्टवम् शृण्वन् गृह्णन्नेति नरो किलार्थान् एवं विहारै कौमारै कौमारं जगदुर्व्रजे नीलयानै सुतो वन्देर्मर्कटोत्प्लवनादिभिः हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। जगतगुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद श्री गुरुदेव की जय। अनंत कोटि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। नीताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Okay, so now let's move on to the study of this book, Perfection of Yoga, and after that we will sing those two songs, and then we will do Harinam Sankirtan together. All right. So, what did we see yesterday? In chapter number 6.47, what did Krishna say? Yogina api sarvesham. We saw that verse. How the best of the yogis is that person who realizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his heart and doesn't stop at that. What does he do? He yoginam api sarvesham madhyate antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam. Right? He beyond that he engages in devotional service with faith under the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a person is bhakti yogi. That's why Prabhupada always defines bhakti as devotional service. We have to engage our senses in the service of the Lord. It is not merely emotions. It is action that is arising out of the emotion or the bhava of love and devotion, like that. All right. So yesterday we saw there was a question that Arjuna asked, and then we are going to see now today what is the question. Arjuna is asking that what happens to somebody who's been practicing yoga, but unfortunately he's not been able to perfect his life. What happens to him? Is it like na gar ka na ghat ka, idhar ka material world ka bhi nahi, spiritual world ka bhi nahi, हमने TV video cricket match ये सब छोड़ दिया, लेकिन हमको कृष्ण प्रेम भी नहीं मिला, तो क्या कहाँ पे बीच में अटक गए हम लोग, right? Are we neither in the shore nor in the in the destination? We are somewhere caught in the ocean somewhere, right? So Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that anyone who practices yoga but is unsuccessful, even if he practices for a short lifetime, if he practices for a short term only, but he falls down due to some reason, then again he gets an opportunity to continue from where he left off. 20% means 21, 40% means 41%. He continues. In this way, he will be born in the family of aristocratic family, cultured family, Brahminical family, etc., wealthy family, like that. So he gets an opportunity to continue from where he left off. What happens to a devotee or a yogi who's practiced for a long time, but he fell down due to some reason, right? We saw Ajamil, right? Ajamil, he was not a devotee exactly, but he was following Brahminical standards. He was doing devotional service, but he fell down. And then we also saw our Bharat Maharaj, right? Bharat Maharaj also did some anarthas, right? Due to some aparad. It's not anartha. Anartha does not stay at the level of bhava, right? It is due to some aparad, right? Which stays even at until the stage of bhava, it remains. And because of that, he fell down. What happened? He could remember his previous life, right? Even when he was in the body of a deer, he could understand, oh my God, I was so attached to the deer. I thought of the deer at the end of my previous life. That is the reason I have now got a body of a deer. And then in his next life, he became Jada Bharata. Jada Bharata. So in this way, he was like a scarecrow in the field because he didn't want to get into any of the allurements of this material world. He wanted people to think that he's a fool, he's a madman, so that they leave him alone. And then we get to know the devotion of Jada Bharata. Now, when we see how he explains this devotional service, the principles of devotional service to King Rahugana, that's why a devotee generally is not looking for name, fame, glory, right? But a devotee, when he sees the spark, this is a king, right? He could be a role model for so many people. So many people will follow him and become devotees. So in that way, he spoke to Rahugana. Why we are talking about this? He was a person who was in the Baba stage also, he fell down. So that's what Arjuna is asking. If a person who's unsuccessful after a long period of practice of yoga, what happens to him? Krishna tells that such a person will be born in the family of devotees. Always we are talking about this. Why? Because Prabhupada Lilamrita begins with this ding, ding, ding. Always we should remember. Right? Always we should remember Prabhupada. It's Prabhupada's sacrifice. It's Prabhupada's going to the West. It's Prabhupada's opening of the International Center for Krishna Consciousness. It's Prabhupada's writing of all these books. It's Prabhupada's writing of Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita. We are discussing all this, right? So always we should remember this ding, ding, ding. And always when we think of this verse, that the great devotees of the Lord, like we cannot even say, it's not just unsuccessful yogis who are born in the family of devotees. It is those who come down to deliver all the fallen conditioned souls. They are also born in the family of Vaishnavas. Right? Prabhupada says in the Prabhupada Lilamrita, my spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and our humble self. Prabhupada never says my, right? Prabhupada says our humble self, like that. We were also born in the family of Vaishnavas, right? When I used to get up in the morning, I used to hear this ding, ding, ding bell, where my father, God Mohan Dey, is doing arati to the deities, like that. So that is what is going to be explained by Prabhupada here, quoting Bhagavad Gita verse, wherein an unsuccessful yogi will actually be born in the family of Vaishnavas. And in this way, right from birth, such a person gets an opportunity to practice devotional service. All right. So how does Krishna answer him? He's asking, oh, what happens to those who are unsuccessful transcendentalists? How does Krishna answer him? Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Parthanevehana Mutra Vinashastasya Vidyate, Nahi Kalyana Kritkaschit Durgatim Tata tata gacchati, durgatim tata gacchati. Right? So Bhagavan Vacha, okay, Prabhupada is going to say here, why does it say Arjuna Vacha, it says Sanjaya Vacha, it says Dhritarashtra Vacha, and then how come it does not say Krishna Vacha? That's what we'll see here. Why Krishna alone is referred to as Bhagavan. Okay, devotees, anyone wants to read, may raise your hands. Let me start reading, and then devotees can join in. All right. So here, this is, okay, Sarva Gopi Shri Mataji, go ahead. Here, as in many other places from there.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandar Pranam. Here, as in other places, throughout the Gita, Sri Krishna is referred to as Bhagavan. This is another of the Lord's innumerable names. Bhagavan indicates that Krishna is the proprietor of 6 opulences. He possesses all beauty, all wealth, all power, all fame, and all knowledge and all renunciation. Living entities partake of these opulences in infinite degrees. One may be famous in a family, in a town, in a country, or one planet, but no one is famous throughout the creation as Sri Krishna. The leaders of the world may be famous for a few years only, but Lord Sri Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago and is still being worshipped. So one who possesses all 6 of these opulences in completeness is considered to be God. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks to Arjuna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and as such, it is to be understood that he has complete knowledge. Bhagavad Gita was imparted to the Sun God and to Arjuna by Krishna, but nowhere it is mentioned that Bhagavad Gita was imparted to Krishna. Why? Complete knowledge means that he knows everything that is to be known. This is an attribute of God alone. Being that Krishna knows everything, Arjuna is putting this question to him about the fate of the unsuccessful yogi. There is no possibility for Arjuna to research the truth. It's simply
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Right. Hare Krishna. Okay. So very, very beautifully, Krishna himself explains this in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, right? Arjuna asks, how do I believe that you have given the signs to Sun God, Vivaswan, right? Because Vivaswan is so old, right? You are my contemporary, you are my same age. How can I understand that you have given this? Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu sa kalaneham hata yogo nashta parantapa imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham abhyayam Vivaswan manave praha manorichva keve bravit. So this is the disciplic succession, the original disciplic succession. So Arjuna is asking Krishna, you are telling me you told Sun God, but Sun God is very old. And then what Krishna is saying? Natva evaham jatu nasham natvam neme janadibha na chaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayam ataha param. You and me, we've undergone several times we've come, right? They've come as Narayana Rishi, then they've come as Krishna, Arjuna. Like this, they have come, both have taken several avatars, we can say, right? Because pure devotees of the Lord also descend for the pleasure of the Lord, in order to satisfy the purposes of the Lord. So we've descended many times. However, it is a prerogative of only the Lord that he is aware of everything at all times. Right? That's why Arjuna is also put into illusion, because Krishna wanted to give us Bhagavad Gita through Arjuna. Nimitta matram bhavasapya sachin, right? So Arjuna was put into illusion. Like that, anybody, even any pure devotee can be put into illusion by the Supreme Lord. There is only one Ekala Ishvara Krishna who's in knowledge of the past, the present, and the future, who can never be put into illusion. Right? Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to the Sun God. Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to Uddhava. Right? Whatever. I mean, all Krishna spoke, right? Why does it, somebody has not spoken to Krishna? That's what Prabhupada is explaining here. He knows everything. Whatever is to be known, right? Sarvasya chaham hridi sanni vishto matha smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videha chaham. Krishna is the compiler of the Vedas. So what does he not know? Right? Everything that is to be known is already known by Krishna. That's what is mentioned here. And then this is an attribute of God alone. Complete knowledge means there is nothing that is there for him to be known. However, we see in the spiritual world that even Krishna, Damodar Leela, right? We see how Yogamaya arranges. That also happens with the will of Krishna, because Krishna wants to enjoy that Vatsalya Bhava, the love of Mother Yashoda is even binding him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, Damodar Leela pastime. We see that Krishna himself is bewildered. Right? Is Krishna put into ignorance? No. That is a different kind where Krishna himself wants to forget that he is a supreme Lord. Then only he can enjoy that pure Vatsalya Rasa with his mother. That is also Krishna's decision only. Right? Nobody can put Krishna into illusion when he does not want to. But Krishna himself wants to. It is not illusion. It is a kind of, not understanding, just to experience a higher pleasure. Right? Krishna wanted to have this lovely pastime with Radharani, so he expanded himself. Krishna wanted to have this lovely pastime with Yashoda Maya, so he himself forgot. He decided that I'm going to forget now that I am the Supreme Lord. Right? Nobody can put Krishna into illusion, but Krishna himself agrees to not remember certain things. Right? Mata smriti jnanam apohanam cha. For us, it is according to our karma. But for Krishna himself, he decides that I don't want to remember certain things because I want to derive a greater pleasure with the love of a mother, like that. So everything is known to him. Whatever is to be known is known by Krishna, and everybody else, if Krishna wants, can be put into illusion. Here, Arjuna is put into illusion. Arjuna is a pure devotee of the Lord. Arjuna accompanies Krishna in all his avatars. Whenever Krishna descends, he descends only with his associates. So Arjuna always descends with Krishna. But now we can see here that Arjuna is put into illusion because Arjuna is asking, how do I understand that you have imparted this knowledge to the sun god? That is what is going to be explained now. Now we'll request our Sindhu Mataji to go ahead. Being that Krishna knows everything from there.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Being that Krishna knows everything, Arjuna is putting this question to him about the fate of the unsuccessful yogi. There is no possibility for Arjuna to research the truth. He simply has to receive the truth from the complete source, and this is the system of disciplic succession. Krishna is complete, and the knowledge that comes from Krishna is also complete. If Arjuna receives this complete knowledge and we receive it from Arjuna as it was spoken to him, then we also receive the complete knowledge. And what is this knowledge? The blessed Lord said, son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. BG 6.40. Here Krishna indicates that the very striving for yoga perfection is a most auspicious attempt. When one attempts something so auspicious, he is never degraded.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here, what is Krishna telling Arjuna? Don't worry about the result, right? Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. By simply performing activities according to what is given in the scriptures, under the guidance of Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu. This tripod we're talking about, Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu. That means the spiritual master, the Vedic scriptures, and Sadhu is one who lives by the principles of the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam, etc. Right? The Vedic scriptures. One who was an example, a living example, right? Person Bhagavata and book Bhagavata, like that. So this refers to a person Bhagavata who follows the principles of Bhagavatam. If we live according to the directions of these three, Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu, then what happens? Our life automatically becomes auspicious. We not wait for the result. What is the result? We can be very reasonably assured that the result is going to be auspicious, like that. Okay, next, who's going to read? Nagaveni Mataji, go ahead. Actually, Arjuna is asking.
Yeah, actually, Arjuna is asking a very appropriate and intelligent question. It is not usual. It is not unusual for one to fall down from the platform of devotional service. Sometimes a neophyte devotee does not keep the rules. Rules and regulations. Sometimes he yields to
intoxication. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Mataji, you have to unmute yourself. Sometimes he yields to intoxication. All right. Yeah.
Sometimes by feminine attraction. These are impediments on the path of yoga perfection. But Sri Krishna gives an encouraging answer, for he tells Arjuna that even if one sincerely cultivates only one perfect worth of spiritual knowledge, he will never fall down into the material whirlpool. That
Hare
is
Krishna.
due
Thank you,
to
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hari Bol.
So
Thank you.
here, Haribol. Swalpam api yasya dharmasya trayate mahatobhayat. Swalpam, even a little bit of practice of devotional service, will protect us from the greatest type of danger. All right. Karpavali Mataji, go ahead. That is due to the...
1 minute. Hare Krishna Mataji. That is due to the sincerity of his effort. It should always be understood that we are weak and the material energy is very strong. To adapt spiritual life is more or less to declare war against the material energy. The material energy is trying to entrap the conditional soul as much as possible, and when the conditional soul tries to get out of her clutches by spiritual advancement of knowledge, material nature becomes more stringent and vigorous in her efforts to test how much the aspiring spiritualist is sincere. Material energy or Maya will then offer more allurements. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yeah, so here we were talking about the test of Maya. Is it? Maya has been awarded this duty to, Soni ko parakna, like that, right? We are being tested at all times so that we pass from first standard, second standard, third standard, like that we go. We advance in devotional service also like that. And we get tests according to which level we are in. If we pass the test, we go to a higher level until we perfect our life, until we are completely surrendered to the Lord, right? Initially, we find it difficult to chant 3 rounds, 5 rounds, 10 rounds of mala, 12 rounds, 16 rounds. Then now we are in Purushottam Month, so chanting 20 rounds, 25 rounds, 32 rounds, etc. Right? We are progressing. Then some of us, could not give up watching television, etc., etc. Right? We all progress. Each one has a separate evolution process. Evolution means I'm talking about advancement in devotional service, right? According to how more our attachment to Krishna is there, to that extent we get detached from Maya, right? That attraction, how much is happening more and more and more, like that, we have to measure our progress, right? To that extent, we become attached to Krishna. Then to that extent, we will not get allured by Maya's allurements. Right? Maya will try to attract us, right? Sometimes what is our weak point? What has been our conditioning in the past? Sometimes that only happens for us to fall down, or at least not a fall down, but simply getting wasting the time. 2-3 hours goes in doing that, and then we regret. Oh my God, how did I choose to do this? Like that. So to the extent we are attracted to Krishna, to the extent we are attracted to singing bhajans for Krishna, dressing the deities, cooking for Krishna, studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, etc. To that extent, we will not have time for material activities, or we will do the basic minimum, what is necessary for us to sustain ourselves, like that, right? So to the extent we are spiritually advanced, to that extent we'll be able to say no to Maya and always yes to Krishna, like that. All right. So I think we will stop here. I'll request Vrishabhanu, Kanya Mataji and Pallavi Mataji join us tomorrow. And then we will, you can read. Maybe you can start off with a reading by you tomorrow. All right. So let's now quickly jump into our Praje Prasidham Navanita Choram, requesting the Supreme Personality of Godhead to make our hearts as soft as butter. And in this way, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to listen to these wonderful songs of Bilva Mangal Thakur. So in this way, let us pray, have this consciousness that Bilva Mangal Thakur is saying, let me capture you in the prison house of my heart and never let you go. This is what we want to do, right? And then when we want to capture Krishna, then Krishna wants to be captured. Like that's what always happens. It is not that Krishna went to steal butter from the gopis. The gopis' desire is Krishna should come to my house. Although externally they go and complain to Mother Yashoda. There's a gopis' desire. Oh Krishna, you have to come and steal the butter in my house. Otherwise, what is the use of these butter? Wonderful butter, freshly churned butter. What is the use if you don't come and chaka or taste this butter, isn't it? So in this way, so Krishna likes only freshly prepared Padmagandha cow's butter, right? The milk and then buttermilk, and then it's churned to get this freshly made soft butter, right? If you want Krishna to steal our hearts, you have to make our hearts as soft as butter. So in that way, let's pray to Krishna, pray to Guru and Gauranga, that may our heart become as soft as butter, so that Krishna will want to come and steal our hearts. Krishna and Radha and Krishna may want to come and dance in our hearts. Yeah? Let's sing this beautiful song in that consciousness. Vraje prasidham navanita choram Gopangana cha dukula choram Aneka janmarjita papa choram Chauragraganyam purusham namami Shri Radhikaya hridayasya choram Navambudha shama lakanti choram Padashritam vacha samasta choram Chauragraganyam purusham namami Akinchani kritya padashritam yah Karoti bhikshum pati yehahinam Kenapyaho bhishana chaura idre Drishta shruto vana jagatrayepi Yadiyanamapi haratya shesham Viri prasaranapi paparashim Ascharya rupo nanu chaura idre Drishta shruto vana maya kadapi Danam cha manam cha Udendriyani pranam cha hritva mama sarvameva Palayase kutra dritodya chora Tvam bhakti damnati mayani niruddha Innati goram yama pashabandam Innati bhimam bhava pashabandam Chinnati sarvasya samasthavandam Naivatmano bhakta Kritam tu vandam Manmanase tamasa rashi gore Paraghe dokha mayeni bhada Lavasvahe chaura hare chiraya Swachaurya doshoti tameva dandam Karagrahe vasa sada hridaye madiye Madbhakti pasha dridavandana nishchalasan Vam Krishna he pralaya koti shatantarepi Sarvasva chaura hridayan nahi mochayami Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Now we'll sing this beautiful song Yugalashtakam, depicting the wonderful mood and consciousness of Shri Radha and Krishna. Radha Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahi Anya. They have expanded, Krishna has expanded into Srimati Radharani so that they can enjoy these amorous pastimes together. So Radharani is expansion of Krishna, and then Radharani expands into various other forms like the Lakshmis and all that, like that. Rukmini, Satyabhama, like that. And all of them are expansions of Radharani, and all the Vishnu Tattvas, like we know, the 6 kinds of avatars: Purushavatara, Leela Avatara, Guna Avatara, Satya Vesha Avatara, Manvantara Avatara, and Shakti Vesha Avatara. All of these avatars come from Krishna, right? Expands to Garbhadikasha Vishnu, Chirdakasha Vishnu, like that. Radharani expands herself into the various queens like Rukmini, Satyabhama, Kalindi, etc., and also the various Lakshmis of the Vaikuntha Dham, like that. Krishna prema mayi Radha, Radha prema mayo hari, Jivane nityam, Radha Krishna gati mama, Krishnasya dravinam Radha, Radhaya dravinam hari, Jivane nadale nityam, Radha Krishna gati mama, Krishna pranamayi Radha, Radha pranamayo hari, Jivane nadane nityam, Radha Krishna gati mama, Krishna dravamayi Radha, Radha dravamayo hari, जीवने नदने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गति मम कृष्ण गेहे स्थिता राधा राधा गेहे स्थितो हरिः जीवने नदने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गति मम कृष्ण चित्त स्थिता राधा राधा चित्त स्थितो हरिः जीवने नदने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गति मम नीलांबरधरा राधा पीतांबरधरो हरिः जीवने नदने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गति मम वृंदावनेश्वरी राधा कृष्ण वृंदावनेश्वरः जीवने नदने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गति मम 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 हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गौरनिताय 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 जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे राधे जय राधा रास बिहारी राधा रास बिहारी राधा रास बिहारी श्री राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। नाम संकीर्तन की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद श्री गुरुदेव की जय। अनंत कोटि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज to श्री श्री गुरु एंड श्री गौरंगा श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरुदेव की जय। ऑल राइट, सुदर्शन टाइम। शोभा माता जी, सर्वगोपी श्री माता जी, रम्या माता जी, ऋतुपर्णा माता जी, सर्वगोपी माता जी, पूर्णा माता जी, Shubham Sharma Prabhu, thank you for joining us. I think Prabhu is joining us for the first time today. Thank you. Nisha Mataji, Sindhu Mataji, Pallavi Mataji, Vishamanu Kanya Mataji, and all the devotees. Nagavini Mataji, Sujata, thank you for joining. Deval Mataji. Oh, Deval Mataji, joining us after a long time. Thank you. Shanta Perima, Jyotsna Mataji, Anita Mataji, Sudha Mataji. Thank you very much for joining in. Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha, Paridanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। Thank you very much for joining in. Everyone can unmute themselves now. Quickly, we will take 2-3 minutes. Anything anyone wants to share? Anyone has a query? And quickly we can take 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so everyone is very clear with everything, or everyone has just joined. I don't know, because the screen was shared. I don't know. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Gurudev. Oh, everyone can unmute themselves, right? Yeah, okay. Now I can hear. All right. Hare Krishna. Dandat pranams to all the devotees. Meet you tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock for chanting. And then we will meet at 12:45. We'll see how much we can complete of the 6th chapter of Srila Prabhupada's Perfection of Yoga. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.